In college, I went to school full time, which meant regularly taking classes in the morning and the afternoon. I also worked pretty close to full time, and I took shifts, I took hours whenever I could get it. That was in between classes, that was in the evenings, that was on Saturdays. I worked whenever I could get it. I longed for that 9 to 5 type life where I could have evenings and weekends off. But at this point, it wasn't in the cards. Fast forward a few years, I have a job working 7 to 4, so I basically got what I wanted. I have my evenings off, I have the weekends off. I'm working your regular, you know, lifestyle, regular business lifestyle. This job comes with some vacation time. So occasionally I'd take a day off to get some errands done, and I would go driving around, running my errands, and I would see people at stores. It would be busier than I thought. I'd see people out and about. I'd see people at the gym. And my first response, my automatic response is, why aren't you people at work? How quickly did this become so normal for me that I was the kind of person who would judge somebody for not working a traditional 9 to 5 job? I don't know anything about these people. I don't know what they're doing for income. Maybe they work at night. Maybe they're self-employed working from home and they're just off the same thing I'm doing, running some errands at lunchtime. Maybe they did exactly the same thing I did. Maybe they took a day off. I don't know. But I was very, very quick to judge. Now, the problem is, judging doesn't help anybody. These people probably don't need to be judged. I certainly don't need to be judging people. It's not helping me. So find out what you can do about this right after this. Hello, it's Derek Hagan here, financial therapist, writer, and speaker, coming to you with another Money Health presentation. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about judging and why we should resist the urge to judge. So, judging, as you probably know, is when you put your values on somebody else's life. And it just doesn't help anybody. There is some school of thought that it kind of feels good in the short run. And this is why we do it. This is why we gossip. This is why we run everybody else's life through our values. But I'm telling you, it doesn't actually help. I was trying to come up with a list of all the things helped by judging, and I couldn't think about one. Not one. So money is very stressful. About 3/4 of Americans rate money as the top source of stress in their life. That's 3 out of 4 people picked it as the #1 source of stress. Now, of the remaining 25% of people who didn't choose it as their #1 source of stress, I'll bet you it's #2 or 3. Further, if it's not money, what else is it? It's work, it's family, it's health, it's housing, it's life changes. That's going to be the #1 source of stress. But guess what? Every single one of those areas has a money component. Money touches every area of our life. So money is stressful. And we're not allowed to talk about money. Money is this taboo topic that we can't talk about. Why? A lot of reasons for it. We don't want to hear it because either they're going to be in a better position than us and we're going to think that they're bragging, or they're going to be in a lower position than us and we're going to think that they're complaining. And that goes the other way too. If we are in a better financial situation than someone else, it's going to come across as we're bragging. And if we're in a worse financial position than somebody else, we're going to feel inferior. We're going to feel envious. So the minute we open our mouths and start talking about money, we open ourselves to be judged. We don't want to feel judged. But isn't that ironic? We don't want to be judged, so we don't talk about money, yet we're very quick to judge others. And to further this, our brains are not wired for money. If you go back hundreds of generations, our ancestors did not have the the same drive, the same wiring to do what's good with money. If they found some food, they had to eat that food. You don't save it. There's no savings, right? It's going to get stolen. It's going to spoil. You can't save anything. Likewise, if you were going to give somebody some leftovers, so you can't save it, maybe you give it away. But who am I going to give it away to? Somebody I don't trust? Somebody that I've never met? This stuff does not make sense from a survival perspective, and that's that primitive part of our brain is really only focused with survival. So when it comes to money, we have to do things the opposite of how we're wired. You have to go to somebody, a bank probably, say, hey, I don't know you, I've never met you, but here's some money. I hope you give it back to me in the future, and I hope you give me more than I gave you. That's effectively what a savings account is. It doesn't come naturally to us. So we open ourselves up for judgment when we start talking. Now, people who are struggling, and everybody really, but particularly people who are struggling, they don't need our judgment. They've already got enough self-judgment of their own. Us coming in judging and telling them that they're wrong or telling them that their values are different from ours or we wouldn't do that or we wouldn't do this, absolutely not helpful. It's not helpful for them. And it's not helpful for us. Does it feel good judging people? Do you really want to be in this state of negative emotion, picking apart other people's lives? Look what they're doing with their money. Look what they're not doing with money. I wouldn't have done that. I can't believe she did that. That is not a source of happiness. I'm giving you permission to let it go. Let it go. Build up confidence. Build up confidence in your own values, confidence in your financial life. You won't feel so inclined to judge others. And when you work on your confidence, that will make you less impacted by other people's judgments. You won't care. Somebody else's opinion of you is none of your business. So focus on your values, focus on that confidence that comes with your personal finance system. Lay off the judging, and that's Good Money Health.